Hello there, how are you doing? This is the voice and the face of Emmanuel Okiyefa, who is also fondly called Mr. HillTop. You are very much welcome to this very special talk show with me. What am I going to be talking about today? Well, it's unlike the HillTop Hour videos on my YouTube channel, yeah? And also, this is unlike the 1 minute videos that I do make, okay? So, I won't take much of your time, but if I'm to ask you now, would you love the idea of actually becoming rich? Would you love to become someone of high class? Would you love to be an high achiever, to be successful? I bet your answer is yes. But the truth of the matter is, if we are to take a study of about 6 months, a year down the line, you realize that a whole lot of people would not actually become what they wish to be. And it's actually as a result of mindset, it's actually as a result of certain factors, okay? It could be as a result of many other things. But right here, I want to tell you 5 things to know if you want to become rich. The truth of the matter is, people are not actually born rich, okay? It's based on what they do, all right? So join me quickly now as we begin to delve into it. So the first thing you must know here is that your background does not matter. Your background does not matter, okay? Now you might think, oh, what if you are giving birth to from the family of Bill Gates, or Mark Zuckerberg, or Dangote, or someone was actually arguing it with me last week or thereabouts. And I told him, look, it really doesn't matter, okay? Look at Jack Ma, for example, the business mogul from China, all right? If you read up about him, you will see that naturally such a person ought not to be where he eventually got to be in life, right? But he actually changed things, he altered it, okay? So your background actually doesn't matter. Now there are also some examples of people who came from rich backgrounds and eventually they ended up as paupers. Now why is that so? It's as a result of their mentality. Now the essence of this video is to help change your mindset, okay? Money is first gotten from the mind. Success is first achieved in the mind. If you are a student, for example, and then you gain admission to the school, that your first year or before you get admission, you would always have this mindset, oh, I want to get first class. It would inspire you, okay, to want to study and stuff like that, okay? Just like I think over the weekend a guy was just telling me, oh, he wants to get first class. He was so curious about calculating GP. He really wanted to hit it big, and I'm like, wow, this is nice. But we know at the end of the day, if you are not strong you will be cleared away. That's just it. So beyond your wish, there's a whole lot you must do. So it's rather about your mindset, and your background is not a factor, okay? Your background is not a factor. So that's what you must know. Doesn't matter. I don't care where you are coming from. I don't really care, okay? So if you want to become rich, have that mindset. Number 2, quickly, your educational qualification does not matter. You see, when you talk about the money game, money is a game, okay? So it's not really about what certificate you have. Now in those days, some decades ago, when we were in the industrial age, where mining, industrial revolution was booming, then you could talk about it. But as it is now, we're in the internet era, internet of things, and now we are moving into web 3.0, the metaverse and all the rest. Now if you check it out, most of these guys are just guys who are just creative, making use of tech to be innovative, as it were. Now, according to Steve Jobs, I think there was a time he was being interviewed, and he said that, look, anyone who comes to seek for a job at Apple, he really doesn't ask them about their certificate. He asks them, what can you do? So we're in an age and time where people are more concerned about what you can offer rather than what you have in terms of your educational qualification, right? Today I had 2 consultation sessions with some persons, all right, and you know what, they didn't ask me what's my educational background, what do I have, okay? They didn't really ask me, even though I have some, okay, but they didn't ask me. They were just interested as regards how they could have better results in terms of what they were doing. And 1 hour each for them, I was able to provide, and they left so happy, okay? And they promised to get back again, to book more sessions, all right? So it's rather about what you can do rather than the educational qualification you have. Although there is a place for that. But when you talk about the money game, when you talk about becoming rich, that is not the focal point. That is not the major essence, okay? You can have good degree, but you are not streetwise, in the sense that you don't know how to market yourself. For example, one of the skills that you must have in this 21st century is sales, skills of sales. All right, if you cannot sell what you have, if you cannot pitch what you know, then you will be kicked out of the marketplace. Basically, your competitors will clear you out of the way. Okay, so for you to become rich, your educational qualification does not matter. Number 3, you deserve it. Yes, you must understand it. You deserve to be rich. Okay, if you have watched my video on my YouTube, the one I released last week now, where you talk about why you are not permitted to be small, you would understand this point better. All right, for those in the religious circle, if you ask them, do you want to become rich, do you want to be a millionaire, they'll be like, oh, this is my hindrance from getting into the kingdom and all. I'm like, really? When Father Abraham, our father, was so rich, and then we are even hinging on his blessings whenever we pray. So what are you telling me? Both the rich and the poor will get to heaven. That's the truth of the matter. All right. Some other persons also, based on their environmental inclination, they feel like they don't actually deserve to become millionaires, and that is wrong. You deserve it. You deserve it so that you can do good. When you know the usefulness of wealth, which is, you would be able to realize that you deserve it. If I should ask you, do you deserve to be poor? Now let me give you some emphasis as regards what you would face when you are poor. Okay, number 1, when you are sick, you won't be able to take care of yourself. Number 2, you will not be able to have the best of life you can have. There are many examples. So just think about it. Then think about it when you are also rich. When you are capable. This is not about just comfort. You are living beyond comfort, as it were. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to encourage you to go overboard. Okay, my faith teaches modesty, moderation in all things. All right, but I'm saying that, look, you have a potential. Okay, and then you should not limit yourself. There's a long road that God has created us to achieve. And like my mentor would always say, he said, I would rather die empty than die old. So it's not about the age, it's all about exhausting what God has deposited inside of you. So you deserve to be rich. You deserve to live in a good house. You deserve to drive a fine car. You deserve the best that life has got to offer. Because the truth of the matter is, all of God is in the Holy Spirit, and God decided to give you all of himself to you. Are you not that important? That is why he came to die for you, because you are indeed important. So tell me, are you not also deserving of being rich? Think about it. Number 4, quickly, quit self-pity. Yes, quit self-pity. All right. If you are trying to play the victim mindset, you will never become rich. So that's why a lot of people, in as much as they get into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses, as many as they could, they will never become rich. Why? Because they have this mentality that limits them. Self-pity. Oh, I want you to consider me. I teach people a lot online, and most of the time I have people coming to meet me. Oh, I'm a student, and my family did, and I say, look, calm down. This person you are talking to, like myself, Mr. HillTop, do you even know me? There was a time I did a video last year, and then I talked about myself a little. That was last year, 2021. So I posted my picture sitting on the wheelchair with some guys. We're going somewhere, and then some persons came back to me and be like, what happened to you? So we didn't know that this is the kind of person we'll be taking to all this one. Now imagine if I had self-pity, would you have been blessed? No. Imagine if I had self-pity, would I be doing this now? No. All right. So because my disposition to life is out of what self-pity, I'm able to receive. Now the truth of the matter is this: why you must not have self-pity is that it's like magnets. You attract what you are. You understand me now? Say, show me your friend. I'll tell you are. So if you want to attract wealth, you must think like it. Okay, so wealth or riches starts from the mind before it gets to the outside world. Okay, so before you think of it, or before you see it rather, you must have thought of it. You must have become it in yourself. Okay, so quickly now the last point. 5 things to know if you want to become rich. Your net worth determines your net worth. That is very straightforward. Show me your friend and I'll tell you you are. Very simple. All right. Now I'm not saying that you should go and look for people that are extremely rich and start farming them. No. Like I said, being rich is with the mind. So if you move with birds of the same feather flock together, or birds of a feather flock together rather. If you move with a certain clique that don't believe that being wealthy or being comfortable is good, one way or the other you will become like them. You can't escape it. So you must know who your friends are, know who your associations are. And if you don't, that's what I told a guy a few months back. All right, the guy is a great guy. He's skilled, right? But then he discovered that he really wasn't advancing. Then I asked him, check your association. Who are the people around you? Because what you hear, this is what I usually tell people. You see, what you hear and what you see determines your growth. You are watching me now, you are listening to me now, you would go back and begin to act on what you are hearing, on what you are seeing. If, for example, I post a fine car with myself in it, driving somewhere, or I'm at the airport and stuff, you will be triggered to want to get into it, as it were. So it's just all about influences. So you must check what influences you, and the major things that actually triggers or influences you are the people closest to you. Human beings are electric. Yes, of course, science makes us understand that your body conducts electricity. Is that not so? So whoever you bring close to you will determine. So your network determines your net worth. If you have people around you who are not thinking big, probably it's time you should start considering cutting them off. What I usually tell people is this: loving, to love is a command, all right, but to associate is a choice. Are you with me now? To associate is a choice, all right, but to love people is a command. That's what God said, all right. So if I don't associate with you, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. I do, but for my own sanity, for my own well-being, for my own growth process, I may not be close to you. Why? Because your orientation, your electric field, what you are emitting is not helpful to me. It's like a contamination. You understand me now? Alright, so that's just what I will say today. It's about 12 minutes or thereabout. And lest I forget, please ensure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay? And click the notification bell so that you will be among the first to know when any new content drop. I hope this has blessed you. Please, if you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comment section, or reach out to me on WhatsApp or Facebook or wherever, on LinkedIn also. And then feel free to share your thoughts about what you have just listened. Alright, there will be more content coming up. And then probably I should show you a flyer. Yeah, you are going to see a flyer at the end of this video, a training coming up. Alright, either I put it in the beginning by the time I finish rounding this up, or whenever. Alright, so please take note of that. So thank you very much. I still remain yours truly, Emmanuel Okiyefa, who is also fondly called Mr. HillTop. Like I always say, I look forward to seeing you at the very top very soon. Thank you very much, and do have a great day. God bless you.